As we know, many biochemical reactions are continuously carried out in a living cell. These reactions occur in presence of certain specialized substances called the enzymes. Enzymes are macromolecules of biological origin. They are produced within a living cell and they catalyze or they accelerate the biochemical reaction. As they carry out the biochemical reactions, they are also known as the biocatalyst or biological middlemen. Catalysts are chemical substances which accelerate the chemical reactions at a relatively low temperature and pressure without undergoing any change in themselves. They are obtained as such at the end of the reaction. Similarly, the enzymes are also biocatalysts which accelerate the rate of the biochemical reactions at the normal body temperature of an organism. They do not undergo any change in their structure and they are obtained at the end as such. Enzymes are made up of proteins either partly or completely, and they are specific in their functions. The history of enzyme dates back to 1752 when René Reaumur demonstrated that the gastric juice of kite could dissolve the food. Gay-Lussac, Berzelius, Louis Pasteur found that alcoholic fermentation is caused by the catalytic action of some ferment present in yeast cell, and this ferment is involved in the breakdown of sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Later on, Edward Buckner discovered that this yeast extract could cause fermentation of juice, grape juice, and coined the name zymase. Later on, Kuhne coined the term enzyme. The enzyme comes from the word en, that is in, and zyme, that is yeast. As they were discovered in the yeast, these substances were called as the enzyme by Kuhne. Later on, J.B. Sumner isolated enzyme urease for the first time in the crystalline form from the jack bean, and later on he determined the proteinaceous nature of this enzyme, that it was the first to tell that the enzymes are proteins. Enzymes are synthesized in cells, but they may function inside the cell in which they are synthesized, or they may function outside the cell. Enzymes which function within the cell in which they are synthesized are called as endoenzymes or intracellular enzymes. Most of the enzymes are endoenzymes, means they function within the cell in which they are synthesized. Enzymes which function outside the cell, that is, whose site of synthesis and the site of actions are different, are called as the exoenzymes or extracellular enzymes. Very few enzymes are exoenzymes. So exoenzymes are distributed in bacteria, fungi, and in some insectivorous plants like Drosera and Nepenthes. Enzymes are present in specific sites within the cell. The cell is compartmentalized into several cell organelles. So chloroplasts contain enzymes for photophosphorylation, synthesis of pigments, carbon fixation, etc. Similarly, mitochondria contains all the enzymes for Krebs cycle oxidative phosphorylation. Nucleus contain enzymes required for the synthesis of DNA and RNA and formation of histone proteins. Cytoplasmic matrix contain enzymes of glycolysis, protein synthesis, amino acid synthesis, cell membrane synthesis, etc. So enzymes are present in specific site within the cell, and their action is also restricted to the site where they are synthesized. Coming to the chemistry of enzymes, enzymes are chemically proteins, means enzymes are made up of proteins. Enzymes are divided into two types based on their structural composition. The first are the simple enzymes. Enzymes which are made up of only proteins are called as simple enzymes. So these enzymes on hydrolysis yield only amino acid. Example, urease, protease, pepsin and trypsin are the simple enzymes. The second type of enzymes are the conjugated enzymes, the enzymes which consist of the protein as well as the non-protein components. The protein part of an conjugated enzyme is called as the apoenzyme. The non-protein part of a conjugated enzyme is called as a cofactor. Apoenzyme and cofactor together are called as holoenzyme. The cofactors are of two types. First are the metal ion cofactors. So metal ions like magnesium ion, ferrous ion, manganese ion, zinc ion are strongly attached to the apoenzyme, and these are called as the metal ion cofactor. The example, the hexokinase enzyme, the polymerase enzyme have the magnesium as the metal ion cofactor, whereas the peroxidase, catalase, cytochrome kinase have the ferrous ion as the metal ion cofactor. Similarly, dehydrogenase, carbonic anhydrase have zinc as the metal ion cofactor. The second type of cofactor are the organic cofactor. So they are made up of the carbon atoms. They are again of two types. First are the coenzymes. So the coenzymes are simple carbon atoms which are loosely bound to the apoenzymes. Apoenzymes cannot function without the coenzymes. These coenzymes are generally produced from the water soluble vitamins. Example, thiamine pyrophosphate is a coenzyme which is produced from vitamin B1 or the thiamine. Similarly, hydroxyl phosphate is obtained from vitamin B6 or pyridoxine. Nicotinamide diadenine nucleotide is obtained from the vitamin nicotinic acid or niacin. And coenzyme A is obtained from the vitamin pantothenic acid. The second type of organic cofactors are the prostatic group. These organic cofactors are tightly bound to the apoenzyme. We cannot extract these prostatic groups through dialysis. So the heme moiety of peroxidase is a good example of the prostatic group. There are very few enzymes which are not made up of proteins. The example is the ribozyme enzyme, which is made up of the ribonucleic acid. It catalyzes the hydrolysis of phosphodiester bond in an RNA molecule. Coming to the properties of enzyme, the first are the catalytic property. As we have learned that enzymes are the catalyst which speed up the rate of an reaction, and these enzymes are made up of proteins, and proteins are made up of the carbons. So the enzymes are the carbon catalyst. They only accelerate the rate of reaction. They never bring about a change in the equilibrium of the reaction. Even in very small amount, the enzymes are capable of catalyzing biochemical reaction. They transform large number of substrate into product without undergoing any change in themselves. The second property of enzymes are the colloidal nature. The enzymes, as we have learned, are either partly or totally made up of protein. Hence, they are colloidal in nature, and they have a large molecular weight which ranges from 60,000 to 4,60,000 daltons. Due to their large size, they have low diffusion rate and they form the colloidal system in water. The catalytic power of enzymes is measured in terms of the turnover number. The number of substrate molecules converted to products per unit time by one molecule of enzyme is called as the enzyme turnover number. This enzyme turnover number is different for different enzymes. Like the enzyme carbonic anhydrase has the highest turnover number, that is, it turns 6 million substrate molecules into product in 1 second. Similarly, the catalyzed enzyme has a turnover number of 5 million per second. The turnover number is lowest for the lysozyme enzyme, which is 0.5 millions per second. Enzymes are highly specific in their action. A particular enzyme can catalyze only a particular type of reaction. They may act on specific type of substrate molecule or on a group of structurally related compounds. Example, the enzyme malic dehydrogenase removes hydrogen atoms from malic acid and not from the other keto acids. Similarly, enzyme fumarate hydrolase acts on fumaric acid and not on the malic acid. Enzyme protease hydrolyzes the peptide containing L amino acids and not the peptides from the D amino acids. Enzymes always catalyze the reversible reactions. They form end products from the substrate, and again end product is converted to the substrate. Example, lipase enzyme brings about the hydrolysis of lipids into glycerol and fatty acid. Similarly, the lipase will convert the fatty acid and the glycerol to the fat. So, enzymes always catalyze reversible reaction, that they convert the substrates into product, and again they also convert the products into the substrate. The enzymes, as we know, are made up of proteins, and because of which they are very heat sensitive. They work in a narrow range of temperature, that is the optimum temperature for the enzymes is 20 to 40 degree centigrade. Beyond 45 degree centigrade, the enzymes get denatured, that is, they lose their activity due to change in their structure of the protein, and their properties are not restored even after giving suitable temperature. The enzyme become inactive at low temperatures, but we can revive their activity at suitable temperature. The rate of enzyme action increases with rise in temperature within a range of temperature. So, Q10 or temperature coefficient is 2 to 3 enzyme catalyzed reactions, that is, rate of enzyme action increases with rise in every 10 degree centigrade. to twice or thrice. The Q10 or temperature coefficient decreases beyond 40 degree centigrade. The heat sensitivity of enzymes also depend upon the degree of hydration of the medium, that is the concentration of the water of a medium. In more hydrated conditions, the enzymes are susceptible to heat, while in less hydrated conditions like seeds, they can endure more heat and they remain functional. Due to this character, enzymes are called thermolabile. Enzymes in seed can tolerate 100 to 120 degree temperature, while hydrated cell enzymes can tolerate up to 45 degree centigrade only. Each enzyme acts best at certain pH. Most of the enzymes act in neutral pH, that is pH of 7. Any increase or decrease in the pH of medium leads to either slowdown or inhibition of the enzymatic activity. Some enzymes are active in alkaline solutions while some are in acidic solution. Sometimes same enzyme acts differently at different pH. The example is phosphorylase enzyme, which acts both in the alkaline as well as in acidic medium. In alkaline medium, it causes conversion of starch to glucose 1-phosphate, whereas in acidic condition, it causes the conversion of glucose 1-phosphate to starch. Coming to the classification of enzymes, enzymes are classified on basis of the reaction they catalyze. In 1961, International Union of Biochemistry classified enzymes into 6 different classes. So these 6 different classes of enzymes are: the first are the oxidoreductase, the second are the transferases, the third are the hydrolases, the fourth are the lyases, fifth are isomerases, and sixth are ligases or synthetases. Each class has been given a definite number. So each class is further classified into several subclasses on basis of the chemical bond formation or the breaking down of the chemical bond, or the chemical group that is transferred or the chemical group that is removed. So based on these conditions, each class is further divided into many subclasses. The subclasses are classified further into subclasses. The subclasses and the subclasses are indicated by the index number 2 and 3. The class is indicated by the index number 1. The subclass is indicated by number 2, and subclass is indicated by the index number 3. And the serial number of each enzyme is given a code which is indicated by the 4th digit. On above basis, each enzyme is given a code number which is called as enzyme commission number. For example, the enzyme code for alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme is 111. The first digit denotes the class and the reaction type, that is the alcohol dehydrogenase carries out the oxidoreductase. The second digit denotes the subclass. The third digit denotes the subclass, and the fourth number indicates the particular order of the enzyme name. So this is the enzyme commission number which is given to each enzyme. First class of enzymes are the oxidoreductase. In this class, enzymes catalyze the oxidation and reduction reaction. This class includes the dehydrogenases, oxidases, oxygenases, hydrolases, hydroperoxidases, reductases, peroxidases and catalases. So, dehydrogenase, they bring about the removal of hydrogen from the substrate molecule. They are not capable of passing this hydrogen directly to the oxygen. So, example are succinate dehydrogenase, the lactic acid dehydrogenase. So, here the alcohol dehydrogenase removes the hydrogen from alcohol and transfer this hydrogens to NAD plus, which is converted to NADH2. So they bring about the dehydrogenases bring about the removal of hydrogen from the substrate. The second are the oxidases. They cause direct oxidation of the substrate with the help of the molecular oxygen. The transfer of hydrogen from the substrate to molecular oxygen to form either water molecule or hydrogen peroxide. So examples are ascorbic acid, oxidase, oxalate, oxidase. Next, oxidoreductases are the reductase which cause addition of hydrogen or an addition of an electron, or they cause the removal of the oxygen from the substrate. So best example is the nitrate reductase, which cause the addition of hydrogen to the nitrous, forming the nitric nitrogens, and the hydrogens which are removed are transferred from the NADH2, which get formed into NAD. Then the oxygenase, they catalyze the incorporation of oxygen directly into the substrate molecule. These oxygenase enzymes require presence of metal ions like iron or copper. So this is the first class of enzyme, that is the oxidoreductase. The second class of enzymes are the transferases. They transfer a chemical group from one molecule to another or from one position to another position within the same molecule. They are divided into following subgroup: the transphosphorylases, which transfer the phosphate group; the transaminases, which transfer the amino group; the transpeptidases, which transfer the amide or amino acid group; the transmethylases, which transfer the methyl group. So example here is of hexokinase, which transfers the phosphate group from ATP to glucose, forming glucose 6-phosphate. The third class of enzymes are the hydrolases. They cause the cleavage or breaking down of variety of bonds by addition of water to the substrate molecules. So this enzyme, they break down the bonds of either ester or glycosidic bonds or peptide bonds by adding water to the substrate molecule. They also carry out the breakdown of large molecules into simple ones. The examples are the fat molecule is broken down into glycerol and fatty acid by addition of water to the fat. Similarly, the sucrose is broken down into glucose and fructose by addition of the water molecules. So these are the hydrolases enzyme. Lyases, these enzymes are responsible for direct removal of groups from double bond or addition of groups to double bonds of various substrate non-hydrolytically. The lyases they bring about the breaking down of the bonds without adding the water to the substrate. The examples are the carboxylases, hydrases and aldolases. So example, the fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, which is a 6-carbon molecule, is broken down by enzyme aldolase into two 3-carbon molecules of dihydroxyacetone phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So this breaking down of fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is carried out without addition of a water molecule, and such enzymes are called as the lyases. The next class of enzymes are the isomerases. These enzymes catalyze rearrangements of atoms or atomic groups inside a molecule. The enzymes which catalyze the isomeric change are the enzymes which bring about the isomerization in the substrate molecules are called as isomerase. Important subclasses of these groups are epimerases, cis-trans isomerases, mutases. Example, the isomerase cause reversible isomeric changes of aldose and the ketose group. So example, the glucose 6-phosphate is isomerized to fructose 6-phosphate by phosphohexoisomerase. Similarly, the epimerase bring about the structural change involving position of one carbon group or one constituent. So here the example is the xylulose 5-phosphate is converted to ribulose 5-phosphate. So they bring about the structural change so they are called as the epimerases. Then the mutases cause the shift in the position of a side group within a molecule. The example is 3-phosphoglyceric acid, which is converted to a 2-phosphoglyceric acid by enzyme mutase. So these are the isomerases which bring about the isomeric change in a molecule. The next class of enzymes are the ligases or the synthetases. As the name indicates, this enzyme catalyze the synthesis of different types of bond by utilizing the energy made available due to simultaneous breaking down of the pyrophosphate bond in an ATP or similar compounds like GTP and CTP. So example, the acetate and coenzyme are combined by enzyme acetyl coenzyme synthetase forming acetyl coenzyme A by utilizing the energy release from the ATP molecule. So here acetate, that is acetic acid, and coenzyme A, they combine to form acetyl coenzyme A.